Get in! Vamos! 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 What did I say? Mati Soule performs so much better away from home, and that was a winning call, because away from home he transforms. Away from home, he's ready to win games, and today he was my man of the match alongside Paulo Dybala, who came in and changed the game. 2 for 2, Gasperini's perfect start. I don't think he would have asked and could have asked for a better start than this. It's massive. I repeat this again. He knew it himself, how important it is to start well in this environment with these fans who last season sacked 2 managers. Starting well, accelerating immediately was so important, and he couldn't have asked for a better start than this. 6 for 6, 2 for 2, on to the first international break with 2 wins in the bag. Let's speak of the game. I'm so excited. By the way, sorry for the hat. My hair is a mess. My barber is still on holiday. And my hair is a mess. And I will not show you my hair because I want to grow my hair, but I have to trim it a bit. So yeah, don't mind the cap. Don't mind the sun hat. It will have to stay there until my barber is back open, which hopefully will be on Monday. Yeah, guys, I mean, let me know what you think about in the like chat. Of course, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into this. First of all, I forgot my notes in front of the television. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. I was very excited that I forgot my notes in front of the game. Okay, let's go chronologically. Let's start with the first half. First half was not good. First half was it's not that it wasn't good. I think first half we were trying to express our tactics, but I will give credit to Pisa because they were parking the bus. They had around 5,000 defenders in the box. They were closing all gaps, and it was very hard for us to express what we want to normally express with Gasperini in that first half. Blocked first half. I would actually say that the only good player in the first half who tried to do something and tried to open up spaces was Ferguson. I am absolutely loving his all-around play. I think his all-around play is what this team desperately needed. He can set the play, he can turn around, he can make the team go up. All the things that, again, I'm going to say it again because I'm losing my patience, Dovbik cannot do. And I'm going to get onto my Dovbik rant in a second, because even though he played 10 minutes, 15 minutes, he was gobshite. And that striker cannot stay in this team if we want to compete. Because it's like having a brick wall playing up front. He's so useless that I'm even tired of expressing myself on him. Yeah, first half wasn't great. But again, going back to the Ferguson and Dovbik scenario, you know how last season, Marble Cultures, thank you very much for the $5. Donor for every Roma win, 1,000 if we win the Scudetto. Wow, love it, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah. Can I just, because I was watching the game and I got something. I got something in my mind, and I was like, you know, last season when so many people were comparing Dovbik with Dzeko and giving Dovbik Dzeko vibes that were completely taken out of the bloom and put them there in the air. Because Dovbik is the last striker you can compare characteristic-wise to Dzeko. And I kept on saying in match reactions last season, don't compare Dovbik with Dzeko, because Dovbik can't do what Dzeko does. Dovbik is a little box striker who wants the ball in the little box and taps it in to score. Anything else Dovbik can't do. Well, Ferguson, if you want to compare somebody with Dzeko because you feel nostalgic and because you want to have that Dzeko image in your mind, Ferguson is who you need to compare with Dzeko, not Dovbik. Because Ferguson plays like Dzeko plays. Of course, I grew up with Dzeko being a superhero. Dzeko is a striker that I don't think I'll ever see in my life at my football club, because Dzeko was so good. Dzeko was biblical. But if you want to compare one of the two strikers with Dzeko, it's Ferguson, it's not Dovbik. Have we seen how good how absolutely good his all-round play is. Have we seen how technical he is? Like, he turned around in the first 10 minutes of the game. If he does something, if Dovbik tries to do what that little flick turnaround that Ferguson did in the first 10 minutes, this is not hate. He would slip. So get the Dzeko imagery out of Dovbik, and if you want to put it somewhere, put it into Ferguson. Because Ferguson is much more a Dzeko-like striker than Dovbik. Ibrahim Wali, thank you very much for the $20. This is for 2 wins, Simon, and I'll absolutely support you all the time. You deserve all the support. Thank you, mate. Thank you, guys. Absolutely love it. Yeah, other thing, little anecdote. You guys want to know a little anecdote? Let's have a little anecdote. It was 2018. Halloween night. I was young. I was probably trick-or-treating around Rome with a friend. And then we went back home because there was a game. And Roma was playing in the Champions League against Antonio Conte's Chelsea on Halloween night in that famous 2017-2018 Champions League campaign. And in that game, Roma won 3-0 against Antonio Conte's Chelsea. El Shaarawy scored a brace, one goal better than the other. And in that game, El Shaarawy was a hybrid of prime Neymar Jr. Now, it's almost 8 years from that game, and we're still starting with El Shaarawy. I love El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy is one of my favorite players in our team because I grew up with him, because he was unbelievable. But starting a football game in 2025 with Stefan El Shaarawy, and I am his biggest supporter, is criminal. That's why we desperately need a left winger. El Shaarawy can't start games, guys. He can't. He doesn't dribble. He doesn't go past. He doesn't provide 1v1s anymore. Like, El Shaarawy's past it. We need a left winger. I've been repeating this phrase for the past 2 weeks and we still don't have a left winger. I am at the stage where I genuinely don't care who it is. It can be Chiesa, it can be Tyriki George, it can be fucking Jadon Sancho. I don't even care anymore. I just need a left wing. You can get Loriente from Sassuolo if you want to be cheap. We need somebody who dribbles and uses his speed to cut in the box, because starting a football game in 2025 with Stefan El Shaarawy is diabolical. It really is. We can't. He's a super sub. Yes, he can't be starting games. Xebec, thank you very much for the super chat. Great win. So glad we clinched 2 wins in our first 2. Great game by Kone, says Xebec. Forza Roma. Thank you very much, mate. Moving on. I want to give a little comment on Cristante, because again, I think he's overhated. I think he does the dirty job. They were showing they were showing the stats of how many of the players in both the two teams combined and how much they ran. And Cristante was first in the Bologna game and first in the Pisa game. Cristante does things that we don't appreciate, but in the dynamics of the game are absolutely crucial. One thing that I will criticize Cristante for every single time is this. Is that, especially with Gasperini's way of football and how he wants to play, he's too slow. Like, Gasperini wants fast transition, great. Cristante is the last player you want to rely on if you want to do that. Because Cristante stops the ball and takes half an hour to pass it. In that half an hour, Gasperini already expects the ball to be in the box. So if you want to fast transition the ball, you can't have Cristante in the middle. Cristante is perfect at doing the dirty job. El Shaarawy is the player to transition next to Kone, not Cristante, because Cristante's speed is at times comparable with Sloth's. And this is not even an exaggeration. Cristante stops the ball and about 30 minutes of football timings go by before he passes it. And that's the criticism. Other than that, Cristante, again, you can't hate him because he does things that we will never appreciate. Dan Vetsta, thank you very much for the $7 Canadian dollars. You're the only YouTuber I'd give my money to, Daya. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, Soule. Love him. Away from home, he's a beast. Away from home, he will win games. I've been saying this. I don't know why his second goal was disallowed. Does anyone know? I think I don't. Was it even a handball? I don't think it even was a handball. By the way, little fun comment here, because I know you'll have a laugh at this one. Is it me? And this is dark humor, so don't get offended. It's history. You can't cancel history, even though it wasn't good at times. Is it me? Or when the referee, it happened in the Como Lazio game and it happened today, when the referee reviews something and now announces it to the public, is it me, or it's the same exact voice as Benito Mussolini declaring war on the terrace of Piazza Venezia? Search that clip up on YouTube. Search it up on YouTube. Search Mussolini declaration of war Piazza Venezia. His speech from the little balcony. It's the same exact voice. After review, I will declare war on Germany. It's that. Like, it's that. It genuinely is that. He didn't declare war on Germany, by the way. I like history. I'm a big history guy. He didn't declare war on Germany. I know. It was just an example. That's some history. You don't get some history. I love history, and I'm not trying to say that Mussolini declared war on Germany, because that's false information, and I don't give false information. It was just an example. Don't tease me for my history. I'm actually quite good at it. I'm absolutely roasting in here. Okay, Dybala changed the game. I was actually a big critic. I still think Soule and Dybala can't play together, but today I was proved very wrong. Because Dybala came and he changed the game and Soule scored. So I still think that Dybala and Soule together aren't amazing. Because I think Dybala played great today, but being the exact same player, if you play one of the two on the other side, he's wasted. Dybala today won it, yes. It's an outlier. Don't get fooled by this performance, because starting Dybala and Soule, there are going to be times where one of the two will completely cancel out and be useless. Guys, I'm very happy. I'm very happy because two things. I was not expecting this start. I was not expecting this start. It's very early days, but starting well is very important, and we know this very well after what we lived last season. Starting well is vital. Moving into the first international break, top of the league, top of the table, is something that you will underestimate in terms of how much it affects our psychological state of things, especially with the derby coming up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It helps. It helps the team's confidence. And so many players didn't get a call-up. So they're going to be working in Rome for these 2 weeks with a break, working on these 6 points out of 6 and improving. I'm going to give credit to Pisa on the first half today. There were a few interesting players. I think their best player was that right back. What was his name? Tall guy. Completely pocketed El Shaarawy for 45 minutes. And very physical, very big. He played a good game. Their goalkeeper was absolutely atrocious. I think he kicked the ball long 8 times, trying to kick it away, and 7 out of these 8 times it went out. Other than that, oh yeah. This is where you will allow me a Dovbik rant, because guys, I'm losing my patience. I said this at the start. We cannot go on like this. We can't go on like this. After 1 year, it's more than a year that we have Dovbik. It took me 1 year to come up to this conclusion, but the 30th of August 2025, I've reached to this conclusion. Very sadly, because I believed in him and I supported him, and I will continue to support him if he stays, but I've reached a conclusion. And this conclusion is that Dovbik is shit. He's absolutely shit. I don't know what it is. Of course, it doesn't help the fact that we've completely we've completely, put him on the market. If he stays, he's gonna suffer, because imagine being a player that already has difficulties, staying in a team that has publicly said that doesn't want you. So if he ends up staying, it's gonna be brutal, because he's gonna get affected, and he's a very emotionally weak player. But guys, he's absolutely useless. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything. I would actually say, I've seen so many. I put a poll on Instagram yesterday, seeing how many people would swap Jimenez for Dovbik, and 60% of you say no. Are you fucking mad? Are you absolutely crazy? Are you actually crazy? Like, Jimenez is 10 times more technical than Dovbik. Jimenez is 10 times more hungrier than Dovbik, puts that spirit that Dovbik doesn't put. I absolutely hate Jimenez. He's an absolute cunt. I'm the first one to say he's an absolute cunt. But I'd rather a cunt than somebody who is so useless and emotionally weak. Like, genuinely, I would. If you say no to the Jimenez-Dovbik swap, you can think whatever you want. You're entitled to your own opinion, of course. We're not a dictatorship on Roma Theory, but you're crazy. Like, you're absolutely crazy. Jimenez, that goal that he got disallowed yesterday in the Lecce game, if Dovbik tries to do that, he won't be able to do that. Jimenez is a good striker. He's just suffering the Milan pressure, and so many Milan fans are basing Jimenez on the 5 months that he played last season, where Milan were absolutely terrible. With Conceição, they didn't win one game. So judging Jimenez, already the jump from the Dutch league to the Serie League is massive, because in the Dutch league, the defenses are terrible. Italian league, they're not. They're way more tactical. And, basing the majority of your opinion on Jimenez on the 5 months that he played with Conceição, where Milan were terrible, everyone was terrible, even Leao was terrible, I think it's not fair. I think it's easier to judge Dovbik because we've seen him for a year now. And he did score his goals, but what does he give other than those stupid tap-ins? Which are still tap-ins, and that's what he does great, but apart from that, he does nothing. Jimenez fights a bit. Jimenez is more agile and technical than Dovbik, and that's a fact. And if you deny that, you're wrong, because he is more technical and more agile than Dovbik. So I'm not sure if this is going to happen, but if it is going to happen, we've scammed Milan big time, because Jimenez is better than Dovbik. He is better than Dovbik, even though he's a cunt. And I will accept the fact that he's a cunt. Guys, bring it on. I'm so fucking happy, Europa League draw, the timings and everything today. I'm going to start booking some tickets tomorrow. That's my Sunday sorted tomorrow. I want to quickly introduce, because there's a lot of you in, and a lot of you guys might have missed yesterday's stream. I'm being very honest and transparent when I'm going to say this next thing. If you missed yesterday's stream, I've created a Roma Theory Bank. What is this Roma Theory Bank? This Roma Theory Bank, you can access it by clicking the first link in the description, is a GoFundMe. This GoFundMe is where everyone can chip in donations. You can do them on the Super Chat, of course, but you can also do them in this bank that I've created, where everyone chips in donations if you want, and all of the money that we raise will be invested in away tickets, travels, to help grow the Roma Theory channel. I'm not desperate, I'm not obsessed. This is not me asking for money, even though it is me asking for money. I'm being very honest and transparent. YouTube pays, yes, a little bit, sponsors pay a little bit, but if you guys want to help out even more, and giving a boost to the good quality content that will happen on Roma Theory, if you want to help with the travels, the tickets, the equipment and everything, feel free that you can chip in whatever you want. It can be £1, £2, £3 in the GoFundMe down below. You're not obligated to do this one bit. Don't feel like you are obligated to do this, because you're not. This is just a Roma Theory bank that we've created. It's kind of a cycle. I see it as a cycle. So absolutely, if you want to do it, do it. Otherwise, not obligated. I love you to bits. I don't think Jimenez likes us, says Enos. Oh, I don't think he does either, but I would definitely do it. What the hell was Dybala playing on the wrong side, says Alif. It's because that's the issue when you're starting with both Dybala and Soule. The issue is exactly that. which I'm critical of, but I will acknowledge that today it worked very well and it won us the game because the Soule and Dybala link-up worked perfectly today. What did Sinner do? Did Sinner win? Vamos! Yannick won. Right, I'm going to catch you tomorrow. Hit the like, subscribe. I'm going to read comments tomorrow, guys, because my parents want to go to bed. They're in the other room. So come back tomorrow and we're going to read all the comments. You've got everything down below when it comes to links. Hit the like. It would be great. 200 likes. 2 for 2. Hit that like button. First, what is it called? International break ahead of us. 6 for 6, 2 for 2. Couldn't have been a better start. If you're gassed and hyped, hit the like. 200 likes. And subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Love you all. Thank you for the super chat, all the likes and all the comments. Talk to you soon. Simo out.